It's that time of year again, guys. The transfer window is opening soon. And of course, the rumours are in full swing. But before I go on to make plenty of Arsenal videos over the next few weeks, months regarding transfers and whatever, we first need to determine with the players we have at the club right now, including players out on loan, as you can see, it's not below me. Wait, for me, it's below, right as I'm looking at it. But for you, it's over here. We have a lot of players out on loan as well. So we're going to go through and categorize every single player, whether they're a starter going into next season, a squad player, whether we should loan them out, sell them, or release them. In my opinion, you guys are obviously going to have your own opinions, and I would love to know down below. And if you want to make your own tier list, please feel free to send it in the Discord or message me on X. I'd love to see what you guys think about the squad. So it's been a disappointing end to the season, and the squad definitely feels a little bit light with all the injuries we've got. So as we progress into the summer and hopefully add players in, I'll be talking about these signings and obviously outgoings as well. But for now, let's start off. Marquinhos. Okay, hands up if you forgot he existed. I don't know if he would be a sell or release. I'm assuming we'd get a fee for him because he's probably still under contract. So I'll just put him in sell for now. Not really sure what's happened to Marquinhos. At one point, he looked pretty good, didn't he? I remember he played a couple of games. He went on loan to Norwich as well. Not bad, but obviously he's not a part of our future. Timber is a very easy one. There are some very easy decisions to be made here. A lot of these players are just going to be straight into starter or squad. But Timber, for me, goes down as one of Arteta's best signings. Even though he had that horrible injury that kept him out for his first year, he has been so good. And in terms of value for money, I think him and Gabriel, we'll talk about him obviously in this video, are up there as the best for sure, signings wise. Next, we've got Trossard. I'll be honest, I wouldn't be particularly keen on him starting next season. I think we are seeing pretty much the tail end of his career in the next few years. Coming to an end to his career is maybe a bit of a rough statement, but you know, he's still doing quite well for us. It's just he is obviously getting older now. And there are reports that we're offering him a 2-year deal. So it looks as if he's still trusted to do the job, but he's just a squad player from now on. Okay. And remember, this is next season onwards. Okay. Just remember that. Partey is a really difficult one with all the controversy. I don't want to talk about it if I'm honest. It seems like the club are going to give him another year or two. That's what it looks like at the moment. This is my opinion, however. Would I sell Partey or release him? I just don't know, because this arguably has been his best season. Genuinely, this has probably been his best season for Arsenal. Are we really going to just say, yeah, that's enough now, when he's actually now doing really well? He's been very unlucky with injuries since he joined, and prior to joining Arsenal, he was always fit, so it was just typical. I think if I'm being realistic, we do hold on to him for another year. So I'll put him in squad for now, but I also wouldn't be too upset or devastated if we let him go. Technically, I should be doing these in order, but I'm going to do this one now because Jorginho is in a similar situation. He could leave or he could get another year, but it seems pretty certain that he is leaving and he is going to be released. He's going to go and play in Brazil, I believe. So best of luck to him. But both him and Partey leaving, I think that's too much. Even though we're probably bringing in Zubimendi, arguably if you lose Partey and Jorginho, you need to bring in 2 players, in my opinion. So keep Partey for another year, maybe. Ødegaard, you know, he's had a lot of fair criticism this season. I think he would agree himself. It's probably been his worst year at Arsenal, but he's still a starter. I don't care what you say. He's captain. There's no chance that Arteta's going to drop him. There's no chance he's going to sell him. And there's no way anyone else is going to captain the side right now. Ødegaard, I thought, looked a lot better in the last game. I thought he did pretty well against Liverpool. But of course, he hasn't been good enough this season. He needs to improve next year for sure. I was very, very disappointed with Ødegaard this season, but he is a starter. He just is. As is Saliba. I don't think we need to talk about him too much. My main concern with Saliba is we need to either tie him down to a contract this summer or, regrettably, you sell for a record fee. The way I see it is if we go into next summer with Saliba on 1 year left, suicide. Of course, I don't want to sell Saliba, but that is the choice I think the club need to make. You sign him on a new deal this summer or you sell him this summer. Because next year, if he's got 1 year left, we lose all of our bargaining. It's not a good idea. Now, Kivior, oh my God, really, really tough. This is basically his position, isn't it? He's a squad player, but he's come in for Gabriel, and we were desperately in need of Kivior to step it up. And he did. He did very well. And I feel bad because to him, he could probably go to another club, maybe not as big as Arsenal, but he should be starting for another team, right? In his opinion, he's probably good enough. And honestly, he could very easily play for another top side and start. For me, I'd keep hold of him as a squad player, obviously, but it wouldn't surprise me if he wants to leave. So, again, this is my opinion, so I'd keep him as a squad player. Maybe give him another new deal. I don't know, but, you know, he was linked with Milan. He could probably do quite well for a Milan side or I don't know, like another top 6 club in a different league. I just don't think he's ever going to start for Arsenal if we've got Gabriel or if rumours are to be believed that we are looking for another centre-back. That centre-back is probably going to come in and be ahead of Kivior. We'll see. Oh, Martinelli. Really frustrating player at times, but I would not sell him yet. I think we give him another year at least, maybe 2 years. It's so difficult because he might be the most frustrating player for me this season because you see glimpses of quality. And actually, you know, up against Liverpool, we saw the other day, he went central and got us a goal and he looked pretty good. I'm just sick of head down, dribbling into players down that left side. He's not a killer, but just a few seasons ago, he was our top scorer. So he can't start next season, though. That's the thing. I think his position is 100% up for grabs. So keep him as a squad player for sure. Give him another year or two. But I don't expect Martinelli will be at Arsenal in 2 years' time. I just don't see it. I'm being honest. Ben White, another squad player for sure. Has been a brilliant player for Arsenal, but Timber has changed my life. He is the better right back. There's no denying it. And, you know, White's been such a solid, consistent choice for us. But this season, obviously, he's missed quite a lot of games. And Timber has shown us he is the better option. But Ben White as a squad player, hell yes. Declan Rice, we don't even need to talk about it. He is probably our best player. Most consistently our best player. And I can't imagine the team without him right now. We would be so far worse off without him this season. And it's the same with Saka, of course. We really missed him for a few months this season. He is obviously a starter. I mean, you're looking at pretty much a core 5 players there. You know, attackers, midfielders, defenders. And Raya would be included as the goalkeeper. So I might as well just put him in there now. Absolutely love Raya. And obviously, Saka, star boy. He is Project Arteta. He wasn't brought into the team by Arteta. That was, of course, Emery. But Arteta has made Saka the player he is today. Mars Lewis Skelly. Is he a starter going into the new season? I think he probably is. But there are rumours that we're looking for a new left-back, which only makes sense if we're concerned that Mars Lewis Skelly isn't completely ready, or Calafiori isn't going to stay fit, or we're selling Tierney and Zinchenko. Those 3 things make me wonder, is that the reason we're signing a left-back? For me, Lewis Skelly probably is going to be a squad player next season that can play and start as our left-back, but I would... Oh, this is so difficult. I think people are going to be mad at me, but I would get Calafiori playing in that position as the starter. I think people are very quick to forget just how good Calafiori was when he was fit. The performance against Man City at the Etihad. He reminds me of one of those players that he might not look like he's an absolute baller, but when you watch highlights of his games, you'll see it. You'll see it. I promise you. It's just one of those things. For me, Calafiori, we invested in him. Of course, he's had a bit of an injury-ridden season, and who expected that with a player that literally was out for almost 2 years when he was at Roma, I believe. He is injury-prone, but on his day, he starts ahead of Lewis Skelly for me, and that's coming from one of the biggest Lewis Skelly fans, okay? I just think age comes into this, experience comes into this. I would be starting Calafiori over Miles Lewis Skelly, but genuinely, it's close. It's really, really close. Tierney, of course, is being released. We could have got a fee for him in January, potentially, Celtic, but it would have been minimal. We're going to let him go. Marino, he has done such a great job. We really, really needed his goals. He's done well, but he's not a starter next season. He can't be. I'm sorry. Marino, as a striker, obviously, isn't going to start. And as a midfielder, I haven't been overly impressed, but the way I see it is next season, it's probably going to be Zubimendi in the middle, Ødegaard and Rice. That's the midfield three, isn't it? I don't think Marino is getting into that three, but he is still a very, very good option for us. Of course, Sterling's on loan. Yeah. No. Gabriel, absolute starter, and for me, the best signing Arsenal have made, probably since Cazorla, Alexis. When we're talking value for money, we got Gabriel for less than £30 million. He's worth 100 now. He's an absolute leader, a warrior, and actually him and Rice are the real true captains of the team. I know Ødegaard's wearing the armband, but... Right, Nwaneri, absolute squad player. He is a squad player this season. He will be next season. He's not going to be a starter. But if he does start, I think he's better. See, it's difficult because he did perform very well on the right wing when Saka was out. But I think Nwaneri is actually kind of an Ødegaard type player. He'll be playing slightly on the inside. I really like Nwaneri for obvious reasons. Yep. Neto, one of the most pointless loans ever. Cup-tied. Why did we get a cup-tied goalkeeper? I don't know, but thankfully we've got Raya. What a season from Raya. Zinchenko was a great player when he joined. Completely changed the way we play. The system that we used with Zinchenko, that false back kind of inverting left back, moving into midfield. We still do that with Lewis Skelly and Calafiori today, but they're better than him at it. And honestly, I feel sorry for Zinchenko because he did make a huge impact and people have just forgotten about it and just think he's rubbish and we should sell him. Massive respect to Zinchenko. He's a midfielder. He's a midfielder. Simple as that. Oyadeji, we haven't seen enough of him. It makes sense to loan him, but I imagine the only reason he was even sniffing the first team is because of the injuries we've had. I don't expect to see Oyadeji playing for Arsenal. I mean, probably not in the future either. He's 21. He's not exactly a 17, 18-year-old from the academy anymore. I would expect, if anything, he's going to leave. I don't know. Loan him. Why not? Havertz, squad player. Truly missed him since February. The way he got injured is it's still mind-boggling to me. Apparently, he blocked a shot and it tore his hamstring. I'm not saying the ball hitting his leg tore the hamstring, but clearly he's stretched out. And the timing of that after Jesus picked up his injury, horrific. But we obviously want a new striker. And if a new striker comes in, Havertz, you've done a great job being a striker for us. But I'm still of the opinion he was shoehorned and did a good job as a striker. He's not a true number 9. But what is he then? Is he a cam? Is he a winger? Not really. He's a squad player. Great player to have. And I really like him. He's a good guy, Kai. Jesus, similar to Zinchenko, people are just saying, yep, sell, rubbish, didn't do anything for us. People are forgetting the impact that him and Zinchenko had. Title winners at City, brought so much experience, and Jesus is a quality player. But he ain't a number 9 either. He's a support striker or he's a winger. He's a glorified winger playing through the middle. Can absolutely destroy teams on his day. We saw he had an impact when he came back from his injury and then got injured again. The problem is he's going to be here next season because he's got an ACL injury. I would sell him, but no one's going to buy him. or at least not for a good price. So we'll see. Vieira has had a very successful loan, it would seem. Would you loan him out again? I wouldn't. I'd like to see him involved in the squad next season. We would have absolutely utilised Vieira in the second half of this season. You're telling me that we couldn't have used Vieira with the injury crisis we've been going through? And he's been doing so well at Porto. It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me to loan him out again. If we're not going to use him next season, sell him. Tomiyasu, never fit. The best ability is availability. People like to say that all the time. Yes, he's a good player. Is he going to take Arsenal to a new level when he's back fit again? No. Is he worth loaning out? No. Unfortunately, Tomiyasu, it hasn't worked out, but it could have. It was a good signing, a good gamble. It was pretty cheap, and I imagine we would probably get close to breaking even. Lokonga. Similar, really. Similar story. I felt like he came to the club with quite good promise. We were struggling at the time. He had some okay games, but no, I wouldn't loan him out again. Sell him. Same with Tavares. He's been really good at Lazio. Let Lazio buy him. I've heard that potentially they are going to have him and it won't be for much money at all, which is a shame because he's probably worth a decent chunk, to be fair. Sell. Get any money you can. Hein as a goalkeeper, I don't know if he's ever going to truly make it. You know, we've brought in Setford. We've apparently made a bid for a young Chelsea goalkeeper, 1.5 million or something. So he's clearly either going to be released or sold. I imagine we could probably get a fee for him. And then Reece Nelson to finish things off. He's not good enough. He isn't. I'm sorry, but he isn't good enough. And it's time to move on from players like him. We've moved on from Nketiah. We moved on from Smith Rowe. And let's face it, it was the right call. Smith Rowe hasn't completely lit the Premier League on fire at Fulham, has he? So I imagine, and again, Nelson's been injured on loan at Fulham. I imagine we're just going to sell. I'm happy with that. So in terms of starters, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dead-on starters. Funny that, because I think we need 3 new signings. Zubimendi is pretty much a done deal, if we are to believe the media. He slots into midfield, and then a new left winger and a new striker. And there's your first 11. I imagine it's going to be Gyökeres or Sesko on the left wing. It could potentially be Williams. It could potentially be, I'm hearing Rodrigo links. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a big, big transfer window. And there is no way we can sell all of these players and not bring in a couple more. So I reckon we're looking at 4 or 5 players this summer. One will definitely have to be a goalkeeper. Maybe it's Garcia. We were linked to them last season. Maybe we'll loan in someone to make it a 5th player. I don't know. But this starter and squad selection, I'm really happy with. It's got balance. It's got experience. It's got youth. It's got older. It's got everything. It's got players in their prime, players entering their prime. It's worth a lot of money, this team. And, you know, these players won't get us hundreds of millions of pounds. But if we've already got 300 million to spend, and then you sprinkle in a couple of 10 million here, 12 million here, 5 million here, it does add up. And of course, we're going to free up quite high wages. I would imagine Jorginho was on a significant wage. Tierney's probably on a little bit less, but still a high wage. We were paying half of Sterling's deal from Chelsea. And of course, Neto probably wouldn't have been a very expensive deal, but we're freeing up money. The only player I would look to loan is Oyadeji. I mean, I guess you could put Vieira in there if we're looking to bring another player in that position, but who knows? That's going to be my tier list. In the next Arsenal-related video, we're going to talk about incomings. I will mention, obviously, what I like and what I dislike about certain rumours. And we need to talk about Zubimendi. It seems like it's a deal done. Is he going to be playing in the middle of Rice and Ødegaard? We'll explore it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.